Hello, welcome to the match preview for Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur. Dreaded match preview to make anyways, because I hate I don't know I don't like our situation right now, but it's nothing that a top team can handle. And today we are going to be because I waited until Ateta did his press conference before I can speak. So I waited for his press conference and I picked out most of the things that we're going to break down. A few just maybe on the injuries. I don't think there's anything else. Then we'll later go on to see what else we want to see or what another thing that you get what I mean. The other things on the fixture and some facts and everything. Now the first one that starting with Arsenal, then I'll go with what Spurs also because we also have to touch on our opponents as well. But yeah, Ateta was asked about Calafiori. I said that Calafiori missed training, that it wasn't available. But I think reporters, because he pulled out of the Italy squad, I think reporters said that it's actually fine, but it was just like a precaution. So he went back, and I think he's going to be available. In my own personal opinion, I think he's going to be available. But Arteta said that Calafiori missed training. He has been carrying a few things, maybe load bearing. He's trying to manage Calafiori's load, and yeah, so they will have another training session tomorrow and see everything. And then talked about Gabriel. We said that they're going to have another scan on Wednesday. So I think, in my opinion, I think I've had the stages of grief about Gabriel. So I think we move on from that and just see what we can do without him. And probably it's going to be at least maybe January at the most for me. I think, anyways, and that's unfortunate, but it happens, man. It's football. I don't know what else to say. And then he was asked, this is one I really want to touch on, and this is the one that at least gives me a bit of hope and hope, as rivals like to call this hopium and copium. But a reporter asked him, can Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, Madueke, Odegaard, and Gyökeres return for the North London derby? And Mikel Arteta replied, yeah, and I quote, yeah, we put in a lot of energy during the international break with all the medical staff as well to try to bring them back as quick as possible. So tomorrow we'll have another training session, see how some of them are feeling, whether it's a bit too close to bring them in this game or feel that they can have a contribution in the game. So tomorrow we will have more clarity. So tomorrow is Saturday, the game is on Sunday, so tomorrow's match week starts. What do I feel? Those are all of the things that excerpts that I took from his press conference. But now let's talk about it as fans. That last tweet that I read out, he said something about Gabriel Jesus. We know that Gabriel Jesus is in training. We saw Madueke in training as well. And then Hand of Arsenal came out with a tweet about Odegaard being a late call for Sunday. But now we have to try and put it into perspective to see whether I personally feel that Madueke is going to be back. I don't know whether he's going to be on the bench. I don't know whether he's going to play. I think he might be back because I think he's the closest of all of them to being back. Maybe Odegaard has a shout because it was a medial, and I think that was about how many weeks was that? And we have had a few games without him. I think it was the West Ham game. I think we've had 2 international breaks since Odegaard got injured, or am I bugging? I think maybe it was the beginning of the last international break, the first game, but I can't remember when it was West Ham. Let me have a little search. Arsenal West Ham. It was the West Ham game that it went down. So I think that was maybe last month or last 2 months. Yeah, 4th of October. So that's over a month now. It's almost going to be 2 months. By next week it should be 2 months that it's been out. Maybe that's roughly like 3-4 weeks roughly. Or more. I think maybe 6 weeks. So I think it should actually be in training. And then I was also monitoring because he traveled with the Norwegian squad when he qualified for the World Cup this international break, and he was moving fit. I didn't think he was moving. He was not working with a brace. He was not working with crutches. He was working normally. I saw a lot of pictures. I saw a lot of videos of him jumping around with the Norwegian national team as their captain, and I think he might be closer than we think. And who else? I think Gabriel Jesus is fit, definitely is fit, but it's about how you manage his load, and I don't think it's going to put him in the squad until maybe the media games. Maybe I think the closest I see him returning is I think a match against Wolves. That's December. I don't know, early December. So I'm not sure when we are going to see Gabriel Jesus. But the two that I have hope for is Madueke and Odegaard. I don't see Gyökeres too is a shout because we don't really know what happened to Gyökeres, and I don't know what to feel about it. But I think I have hope in Gyökeres coming back. Gyökeres, Madueke, and Odegaard. I have hope that they might come back, and we could use them. We could use when a Trossard or Saka is getting tired, just Madueke with the pace, just run past Pedro Porro or Jet Spence or Destiny Udogie, then that's what I feel about Arsenal anyways. But going to Spurs news, um for Spurs they have a lot of injuries too, but I think I saw the press conference of Thomas Frank, and he said that Lucas Bergvall and Pap Matissa, because Pap Matissa even played against in the game that Gabriel got injured in the Emirates, Brazil against Senegal. So I think Papsa is fit, and Lucas Bergvall is also fit, and Mohamed Kudus and Archie Gray also trained. But yeah, so I think they've got most of their key players back especially in Mohamed Kudus, because I think is their main creative point. And I think that's all about the team news and everything surrounding the team in general. But now let's go into the match. Let's actually go into the match. So I think Tottenham has not beaten us in a while. I don't think what was the last time that Tottenham beat us. I think the last time Spurs beat Arsenal in the Emirates. Last time Spurs beat Arsenal in the Emirates was 2010. So I think we've had a good run against them at home, even away from home the past few seasons. And it's one of the biggest derbies, and I think we can easily beat them, to be fair, fairness. I think we can beat them. But it's going to come down to how we play and the players that are at our disposal. I'm going to do a predicted 11 that will come out tomorrow. That's Saturday. But I do believe that we can beat Spurs. It's just about how we go about it. And I'll talk about tactics later in the predicted 11 and the players that I want to see. But I think we should be beating Tottenham. I want us to be, because we have the pressure on us. Let's see how we handle this pressure, because if City win against Newcastle, that's also a game to watch out for. If City win against Newcastle on Saturday, they have narrowed the gap to 1 point. So we're under that pressure. If we win, we'll go back to 4 points. So, but it's football, anything can happen. And we just keep hoping, and those players will be fit, and we can have our squad that we can at least challenge with them. I think we are going to have a good squad, even though when we take out the injuries, we still have a good squad. But we should avoid being sentimental and having PTSD, But yeah, that is what I have to say on the match review. That is what Mikel Arteta said in his press conference, his pre-match press conference, and the next video predicted 11 will be out. What I want to say and what I think Arteta is going to go with. And yeah, I'll catch you guys soon. Peace. Come on, you guys.